Hi, dear students. How are you? We are ready to find out how the dog found a new master. I am Kamal sir, your English teacher. How are you all? In the previous class, we found that the dog, which was once a wild animal, it became the tamed animal today. So, on its journey, it wanted to be a servant of the strongest beast on the world. So, in her journey, first of all, it met a big wolf. Later on, it met a gigantic bear, which was stronger than wolf. Let's see in this lesson and find out, did it found the new master? Did it found the strongest person on the earth? Okay, children, let's see, did the dog found the new master stronger than anyone on the earth? Are you ready? Yes, let's begin our story. Students, before we go deep into our lesson, let's have a look at the overview of the lesson we are going to cover in this video. So, in this lesson, how the dog found himself a new master is divided into three parts: before you read, working with the text, and working with the language. Students, in this lesson, we have identified some learning outcomes. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify the need of your master to look after the pet animals, recognize how a dog that lived freely in the forest became a tame animal, describe the order of events in the course of dog's journey to find its master, develop a role play between the dog and other animals like wolf, bear, and the lion. Take open, all of you. Then, page number 19, paragraph 6 paragraph. And what is the title of the lesson? How the dog found himself a new master. Good children. So before you read, dear students, in the last class, we have learned that the dog was sick and tired of wandering about looking for food and being frightened of those who were stronger than he. Looky here, children. So, he decided to become the servant of one who was stronger than anyone on earth. He walked and walked and met a kingsman of his, a big wolf. Then, but later, what happened? See here, it met the big wolf. What happened? He found the bear who was stronger than wolf. Look here, children, a big bear. He was stronger than wolf. They together start wandering about in the forest to find a herd of cows. They were wandering about to find a herd of cows. So now, let's see what's going to happen. Are you ready? What's going to happen and how the dog found himself a new master. Are you ready? Yes. Let's go into this textbook, page number 19 and paragraph 6. I will read out the paragraph and you look into your textbooks. See here, children. They walked on and soon saw a herd of cows. But just as they were about to come up to eat, they were stopped by a terrible noise. Once again, children, as the bear and the dog were walking on and they saw a herd of cows. But then, because of a terrible noise, the bear was stopped. The cows were moving loudly and running in a panic in all directions. See here, children, the cows were moving loudly and running in a panic in all directions. They were worried about what is it happening. They are worried about moving this side and that side. So the bear looked out from behind a tree, and then he too ran hastily deeper into this forest. What might happen, children? Here, the bear was afraid and looking from behind the tree, and then he too ran hastily deeper into the forest. So, what might happen, children? See here, it was looking behind the trees, and he too ran hastily deeper into the forest. Look here, the bear is talking. Where are you going, dog? The wolf asked. I'm looking for someone to take up service with. Would you like to be my master, wolf? So, both of them were in search of the cows, and they were wandering about in the forest. And suddenly, the cow was much worried about, and it was shouting in fear. Now, why did I have come here? Said he to the dog. It's the lion who rules the forest in these parts. And the lion? Who is he? The bear replies in a great fear. Don't you know? He is the strongest beast on the earth. Well then, I'll say goodbye to you, bear. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth. So, here and off the dog went to ask the lion to be his master. So, look into the test, children, page number 20, and I'm going to read you here. Now, why did I have come here? Said he to the dog. It is the lion who rules the forest in these parts. The lion? Who is he? Don't you know? He is the strongest beast on earth. Well then, I will say goodbye to you, bear. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth. And so the lion agreed to it, and now they became friends, and they started wandering about in the forest. Lion, will you be my master? The dog asked. Yes, why not? You can be my servant, the lion replied. So, now look into your textbook, children. I'm going to read it for you. The lion agreed to it, and the dog stayed with him and served him for a long, long time. It was a good life, and he had nothing to complain of, for there was no stronger beast in the forest than the lion, and no one dared touch the dog or offend him in any way. Here, look, children, there is a word highlighted here, dared. What is the meaning of the dare? Can anyone tell what is the meaning of the dare? Yes, to be brave enough to do something. What is the meaning of dare? To be brave enough to do something. Here, the lion is brave enough to do anything, and now they were wandering about in the forest, and nobody is dared to touch a dog or offend him in any way. They are wandering about in the forest happily, and the dog is much happy to be the servant of lion. So are you interested? What is going to happen now? The lion and the dog were friends, and they are happily wandering about in the forest. Let's find out what is going to happen next in the next paragraph. Are you interested, children? Come on, let's move on to the next paragraph, 9. But one day, the two of them were walking side by side along a path that ran amid bare cliffs when all of a sudden the lion stopped. Now, what might have happened, children? So here there is a word cliffs. It was highlighted here. Do you know the meaning of cliffs? I will tell you. Cliffs means a steep, high rock. We often find in on the hills, a very high rock is present there. And now, while these dog and lion were walking along the bare cliffs, all of a sudden the lion stopped. He gave a great roar and struck the ground angrily with his paw with such a force that a hole formed there. Look here, children. The lion was getting frightened here. It was frightened of someone there. So, by looking that personality, he gave a great roar in frightened, struck the ground angrily with his paw with such a force that a hole formed there. Then he began to back away very quietly. It was frightened now and it started moving on backwardly, quietly here. So, here, look here what is happening then. With a great roar here, children. So, the lion was crying here. It was frightened of something and someone there. Look here, a small conversation they were talking about. What is it, master? Is anything wrong? The dog asked. Hey, I smell a man coming this way. The lion replied. Man, we'd better run for it or we'll be in trouble. Come on, dog, we'd better run for it or we'll be in trouble. The lion was frightened and it ran away looking to the man. Oh well, then I'll say goodbye to you, lion. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth. So the lion was frightened and it ran into deep forest. It was afraid of whom? It was afraid of man. So now look into the textbook. I will read out to it once again. What is it, master? Is anything wrong? The dog surprised. I smell a man coming this way, the lion said. We'd better run it for it or we'll be in trouble. Oh well, then I'll say goodbye to you, lion. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth. So, look here, children. What's going to happen? The lion ran into deep forest and the dog came close to this man. I will read out to you the 10th paragraph. So, what is happening now? And off the dog went to join the man, and he stayed with him and served him faithfully. See here, children, both the man and the dog, they were wandering about in the forest. The dog stayed with him and served him faithfully. So this happened long, long ago. But to this day, the dog is man's most loyal servant and knows no other master. So the dog felt comfortable and very happy and bravely served him faithfully. Now it became the loyal servant and became the servant of man, and thus the dog found himself a new master, and it was the loyal servant to man today. How is it, children? How is this, children? So who is the final master now? The man. Yes, you are right. So here, in this way, the dog once, who was a wild animal, it met him in search of the stronger man. It met him in search of a stronger animals. First it met the wolf. Then the bear is stronger than wolf. Then the lion is stronger than bear. And now the man is stronger than anyone in this world. And thus it became the servant of man who is stronger than anyone on this earth. And thus, the dog found himself a new master. Very good. I hope all of you have enjoyed this lesson. Yes. Now, let's look into this textbook. Let's answer some questions given here, working with that language. Here, some meanings are given here in page number 21. Look here, children. Darted. What is the meaning of darted? To be brave enough to do something. Yes. Next meaning, cliff. What is the meaning of cliff? A steep, high rock, often at the edge of the sea. Yes. Copy down these meanings in your notebook, children. Come on, let's move on to the next exercise. Working with the text, open page number 21. Here, questions are given here. First, discuss these questions in pairs before you write the answers. Now, let's look into this first question. Why did he serve the lion for a long time? Come on, children, once again I repeat the question. Why did he serve the lion for a long time? Try to find out the answer in the 8th paragraph. Yes, so here is the answer for you. I will read out the answer. The dog served the lion for a long time because staying with lion was a good life. And he had nothing to complain of. No one dared touch the dog or offended him in any way. For him, there was no stronger beast in the forest than the lion. Yes, there was no stronger beast in this forest than the lion. Copy down this answer, children. So, let's go to the next question. Who did he finally choose as his master and why? You get the answer in 9th and 10th paragraphs. Who did he finally choose his master? Come on, find out the answer, children. Yes, here is his answer. The dog finally chose man as his master because for him, man was stronger than anyone on earth and thus he stayed with him and served him. Why? Because he chose man as his master because he was stronger than anyone on earth and thus he stayed with him and served him. Copy down these answers in your notebook, students. So here the dog found himself a new master. Yes. Let's go to the textbook exercises. Working with the text, 21, exercise B. Here, a summary of the story is given below. Fill in the blanks to complete it, taking appropriate phrases from the box. Look here, children. Phrases are given in the box given below. And see here. Here, a summary of the story is given now. And with the help of the words given in that box, you try to fill in the blanks and complete it to get a very good, meaningful story. I will read out to you. This is the story of a dog. Come on, students, it is the story of a dog. You write it in your textbook. This is the story of a dog who used to be afraid of man. Yes, you select afraid of man from that box and you write here. He decided to find a master stronger than anyone else. Copy down here, students. Stronger than anyone else. First, he found a wolf, but the wolf was afraid of the bear. The bear, you write there, the bear. The dog thought that the bear was the strongest of all. After some time, the dog met the lion who seemed the strongest. He stayed with the lion for a long time. One day, he realized that the dog was his own master. To this day, the dog remains man's best friend. Okay, children, you copy down these exercises here in this textbook. This is the story of a dog who used to be a friend of man. He decided to find a master stronger than anyone else. First, he found a wolf, but the wolf was afraid of the bear. The dog thought the bear was the strongest of all. After some time, the dog met the lion, who seemed the strongest. He stayed with the lion for a longer time. One day, he realized that the lion was his own master. But to this day, the dog remains man's best friend. Okay, students, come on, let's go to the next exercise, working with the language in page number 23. All of you open page number 23. Here, word search. Exercise name, word search. So here, there are 12 words given in this table. 6 can be found horizontally and the remaining 6 vertically. So total we are going to get 12 words here. 6 can be found horizontally and remaining 6 vertically. All of them are describing words like good, happy, etc. Describing words. We are going to find out the describing words from this word search box table given here. The first letters of the words are given below. So a hint is given to you. What is that hint? The first letters of the words are given below. So let's find out here. The words horizontally, the letters starts with H, R, F, F, S, G and vertical A, W, S, F, L, Q. So now let's search for the words that starts with horizontal letters. Come on children, let's search for the describing words horizontally. It starts with H. Hasty. It is found in the first line. Come on students, Hasty. You circle that word. Now, in the fifth line, ready. Ready. You make a circle around it. In the next line, there we find out fierce. 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 Next, frightened. So, counting from last third line, frightened. And in the middle, strong. Strong. It was given here. So, we found out the describing words horizontally. I want to repeat. Hasty. Ready. Fierce. Frightened. Strong. And what is the next word? Good. Last word is good. So now, let's find out the describing words vertically. It should start with A, children. So, angry. The first word starts from angry in the first letter. Vertically, Angry. Circle it as it is shown on the screen. The next one, worse. Worse. The next describing word is surprised. Surprised. So next one is, it should start with F, free. Free. The next students, loyal. Loyal. You copy down these words and the last one is quiet. What is the last describing word? Quiet. So once again, I will repeat the vertical describing words. You repeat after me, students. Angry, worse, surprised, free, loyal, and quiet. Yes, these are the exercise. And now you copy down all these describing words in your textbook, page number 23. Once again, I will repeat all these words and you start copy down in your textbooks. Hasty, ready, fierce, frightened, strong, good. The vertical angry, worse, surprised, free, loyal, and quiet. Okay. Did you copy down, children? Yes, these are the describing words we found out from this word search exercise. Good children. Come on, let's move on to the next exercise and the last exercise for today, speaking exercise. What is that, children? Speaking exercise from page number 24. Turn to the page 24, speaking exercise. And here I am going to read out to you. Here are some points from the similar story that you might have heard in another language. Dividing the class into two groups, try and tell the story in English. One person from each group can speak alternatively. Your teacher will help you. As you tell it, one of you may write it down on the board. So I request the teachers over there, you divide the students into two groups. You translate the given story in your mother tongue and try to make a meaningful conversation between the two groups, discussing among themselves and to find out a very beautiful story. So here, a story of a mouse maiden is given here. So after dividing into two groups, I request the teacher, you assign this task to the children. They discuss among themselves and they find out what is happening there in that story. Once I read out to it, mouse changed into a girl by the magician, then wants to marry the strongest person. Asked whether sun or cloud stronger. Why? Yes, you ask the children who sun or cloud and they discuss among themselves why it asks the sun or cloud. Then, but mountain stronger than clouds, how? Ask them to discuss among themselves. Next, but mouse stronger than mountain and how it was stronger than mountain, you ask them to discuss among themselves. And finally, the girl asks to marry mouse and becomes a mouse again. So you translate this story, you find out this story from your Telugu medium, from your library books. You tell the story from that Telugu and divide them in students into two groups. Then you try to make a meaningful conversation and found out a beautiful story of a mouse maiden. So here in underneath there is one paragraph given, the last ride together. Here some of the rhyming words were given here. There was a young man of Niger who went for a ride on a tiger. They returned from their ride with the man inside and the smile on the face of a tiger. So we found here the rhyming words Niger, tiger, ride, inside and tiger. So you encourage the students to read out the rhyming words and also you add the lines, many more rhyming words, introduce them to the children and teach them accordingly. Okay, children, once again, I hope all of you had a very interesting and a beautiful story of a dog, how it found out a new master. I hope all of you had enjoyed this lesson and it is very interesting. As usual, our English class in particular is very interesting, a very lovable, very happy class, and I love you so much, dear children. Once again, thank you very much. See you soon, and all the best, dear children. Have a good day. Your Kamal sir. Thank you. Have a good day.